people, especially in these times right now in our AI world, they want the human connection. And if you can provide that in a way that they're going to get something from it, have that aha moment, they're going to want to join you. They're going to want to hang out with you more. Just like I told Stu, they're just going to want to hang out with me. And that's really as simple as it is. How do you get them to hang out with you and love what you do and need what you do? And once you figure that out, you just keep tweaking it a little bit. And I'm just rinse and repeating.
My guest today is a dear friend of mine.
One of them goes, that one over there, she's big money. And it was my guest today.
Her name is Amy Porterfield.
Amy Porterfield, the ever amazing,
best-selling author of 2 Weeks Notice, Miss Amy Porterfield.
I have a membership called Momentum, and I absolutely love this program. Now, you might have never heard of it because it's only for my Digital Course Academy graduates. And so you go through Digital Course Academy, my signature program, and at the end, if you want to continue your journey with me to create and launch your digital course and then relaunch it, I invite you into Momentum. It's a $97 membership, and we continue to teach on creating and launching courses. And again, I love the experience. But lately, I've been searching for just new and strategic ways to promote and launch my membership. Now, as you likely know, I know how to launch a digital course. I could do it in my sleep. I hope I can because I've been teaching it for years and years. So launching courses, I got that. However, memberships are just different. And launching one, even to an audience who knows you and loves your work, it comes with its own unique set of challenges, different than launching a digital course. Over time, I've done a lot of work on the messaging and the content and the positioning, all to make it super clear what Momentum is, who it's for, and how it helps. But dialing that in, it took some time. And the ways I've been doing it lately, it just haven't been as exciting as I wanted it to be. And so I've been looking for new ways to promote it. And that's exactly why I wanted to have this conversation with my guest today, Sarah Williams. So first, a little bit about Sarah. She has a mission to help product-based entrepreneurs create predictable, recurring income through subscription boxes. So she has a membership called Launch Your Box, and she teaches everything from idea development to fulfillment on how to create your own subscription box. Now, she created something called Coaching Week, and it's essentially a framework that acts as a hands-on preview of her membership experience, helping her potential members get real wins and feel connected before they enroll in her membership. So Coaching Week is a low-cost experience that helps her sell her membership without the pressure or the burnout or the please just buy energy. And today, she's walking us through the entire thing, from how she structures it, to what she teaches each day, to how it converts. I mean, it converts like crazy. So get ready for some results here. And how you can use it too, even if you have a small audience. I think Coaching Week would work for a membership. Also, I think it could work for a group coaching program. So if you're a coach and you have a group coaching program, pay attention because I can see how this could work for you as well. So if you've been feeling stuck lately when launching your membership or your group coaching program, or if you're just looking for something new, something that really works, I think this episode is going to light you up. We're going to talk about Coach Week, and we're going to get into it. Right before I started recording, I said, I want this to be an actionable episode. I want people to walk away and have a plan of what they can do. And you said, let's go for it. I'm going to share it all. So we're going to get into the details. Is that cool with you?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So before we get started, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
So my name is Sarah Williams and I live in North Texas. I started a subscription box about 12 years ago and it completely exploded to hundreds to thousands of subscribers very, very quickly. And when that started to happen, people started blowing up my inbox. How did you do this? Where do you buy packaging? How do you source product from overseas? And after just answering all the DMs, I really decided I have something here and I'm going to see what's here. I started Launch Your Box in 2020 and I went from 19 members to 1,400 members in about 10 months. And I got 1,100 members from Coaching Week. And this is how it all started for me. Since then, I have taught 5 coaching weeks. I'm about to teach number 6 at the end of this month. And I have just perfected it as I go. I have taught a lot of people how to do this in their own businesses because it's not just something that would work for my business, it would work for a lot of businesses.
Okay, so take us back to why did you even create Coaching Week in the first place? So, was there a challenge in your business that you thought this could solve? Did you see something that you thought, oh, this is a perfect fit? Because a lot of people are doing Coaching Week now, but it originated from you. So, how did it even come about in the first place?
So I launched Launch Your Box back in March of 2020, literally 2 weeks before the world fell apart. I got 104 members. So excited. I was my first kind of dip into the membership only style. I had my subscription box, which you could call a membership, but this was completely digital, right? This was all about my knowledge. And so then I launched again in that summer and I got about 400 members during my second launch. Huge, huge pivot for me. It was very pivotal in building this coaching business. And so now I'm sitting about 500 members. And your good friend, Stu McLaren, he has been my mentor for a long time. I've been in his mastermind for 6 years. And we were sitting chatting at lunch one day. And I was like, I really want to just explode this thing. I just want to grow this thing. And he was like, well, what would make people want to join? And I just very flippantly said, well, if they could just hang out with me for a week, they would see how knowledgeable I am and they would want to join. He just looked dead in my eyes and said, how do you make that happen? I went home and in 2 weeks, I had built Coaching Week. And it was a way for people to come hang out with me for a week. I was going to show them how much knowledge I had around this subject matter, and I was going to convert them to membership. I launched my first Coaching Week a few weeks after that trip, and we got thousands of people, a couple thousand people into Subscription Box Coaching Week. I converted at 42% from Coaching Week to membership. This is where I gained 1,100 members overnight, and now I had 1,400, 1,500 members in my program, and I was like, oh my goodness, what just happened?
Yes. Okay, this is fantastic. I love the results right out of the gate. You did well with this. I think it's piqued enough interest right there for people to say, wait a second, what is this? So can you walk us through the structure of a coaching week? Like what happens each day? Why do you lay it out that way? And really give us a peek behind the scenes. Like how far in advance do you plan it? What systems or tools do you use? We want to hear all the
All the
details.
things. Okay. And I just want to say, just to keep your interest going, I thought it was a fluke, my 1,100 people. That was October of 2020. I then in March of 2021, I did it again and I got 980 people.
Okay.
So it was like, okay, I can do this. And now I can just keep rinse and repeating it. And I've been doing it ever since. So Coaching Week essentially is a month of my membership crammed into a week. Okay. So this was my idea. If I could just get them to see what I do inside my membership, they will want to be members. So I always do a live training. So day one is a live training. Day two, I kind of skip over. So I do a live training. It's about an hour and a half on the first day. I give them a break so they can consume that. If they did not come to the live training, they have time to watch the replay. And then on day 3, we do a follow-up training to the first one. So how can we take what we did on night 1 and put it into action plans, because this gives them a quick win. This is one of the key factors to Coaching Week. They have to have a quick win right out of the gate. So what do you teach that someone could get a real quick win for? And that's really what the second day was. We skip a day. And then I do box openings. It's one of the things I do in my membership every month. I take 10 members' boxes, sight unseen, and I open them on camera and give live feedback. It helps all the members see what's in boxes. It gives people ideas, like if they haven't started theirs. So we do that, which is really fun. And then the last day is a Q&A. And so I'm just answering all the questions from the week. So this is typically my deliverables inside my membership. And so instead of dripping it out one a week, I'm giving it all to them in a week. Now, on top of this, every single day, I'm interviewing a member. It's a 30-minute interview, different industries, like different types of boxes, different ages, different ethnicities, different demographics, because if somebody can't see themselves in me and my story, I want to try to help them see themselves in somebody else, someone that's successful. And it's not all, I made $1 million, I made $1 million. It's, I got 100 subscribers, or I got my first 50 subscribers, or I'm at 1,000 subscribers. It's all levels of success so that it's relatable to them. Somebody can look at me and say, well, I don't think I could make millions of dollars doing a subscription box. Well, I didn't either, but it may not be relatable to someone. And so I try to make sure I have a balance of members every single day in that Facebook group. This is all ran from a Facebook group. I'm doing the trainings, I'm interviewing somebody. I'm doing the trainings, I'm interviewing somebody. So some days I'm live twice, some days I'm live once, depending on how it falls on that calendar. 4 days I'm live doing training, box opening, Q&A. And then first day is in the evening, so I don't do an interview, but Monday interview, Tuesday interview, Wednesday interview, Thursday interview, Friday interview. So this is how it works. So they're seeing lots of different people. And then the conversion point is that every day I have a bonus. So every day in there, and it's not a secret that you come to subscription box week and I'm going to try to sell you launch your box. Like, I don't keep that a secret. It's not a bait and switch. And I say it on day one. This is what we do inside Launch Your Box. And for $15, you get to come spend the week with us. All my members get to come for free and they love it. So they all come. We have a lot of camaraderie in the community. But I say, if you love this week, you're going to love Launch Your Box. Day one, I have a bonus, and that rolls for the first 24 hours. Then on day two's bonus, it's after hour chats with me. Here's one thing that I know, and this takes a lot of my bandwidth, but it's worth it. If I can have one touch point with a member within their first 30 days of being in the membership, I retain them so much longer. So this is my first touch point with them. This is our Zoom call. I get to see their face, that we get to talk to each other. So they get after hours Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If they joined on Sunday night, they get all the bonuses. Bonuses start disappearing every day. So I'm encouraging them to go ahead and join. I know my show up rate is the best on day one, and it kind of trickles off throughout the week. So they will get all the bonuses, and I lay all the bonuses out. Here's all the bonuses for the week. If you join now, you get all of them. And so that's really the conversion point. And then every day I have a reason to sell you Launch Your Box. You want to join us for after hours? We're talking about sourcing overseas tonight. Come join the conversation. That's the conversion point for that day. They join, they get to come to after hours Zoom call that night. Friday, we open cart to the public. So Friday is technically the end of coaching week. We open cart to the public. We have our early bird bonus for open cart, last 24 hours. And so that is kind of the last conversion point for coaching week, but I'm still interviewing through launch. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, close cart. So my public launch is Friday through Monday. Coaching week ends Friday, but those interviews I'm streaming publicly and privately into that group, because that group is my warmest people at that point. And so I have more interviews each day, and I have bonuses throughout the weekend, and we close cart on Monday. And that's how it works.
Wow. Okay. So many questions because that was really, really good. I want to jump to the end real quick. So if your public launch starts Friday and it goes till, you said
Monday.
Monday
Mhm.
night, what do you do during that time?
So typically, we still have the group going. This group is still there. It's all in a Facebook group. My community managers all day, they take shifts. Every question gets answered. Everybody is heard. Everybody is seen. Whatever question it is, I'm doing engagement posts, like show me what you did today. And I'm doing posts. I'm doing some giveaways of one-on-one, half an hour one-on-ones with me. So it's really highly engaged group. So Saturday, ads are running for open cart. I'm doing an interview. They have a bonus that comes up on Sunday morning. So Saturday it's kind of the lull in the whole launch. Saturday, because early bird bonus ends at midnight Friday night. So Saturday's kind of a lull. We all can take a deep breath, but we're in the community. I'm in the community. I do nothing else in my business but coaching week during coaching week. I'm answering questions.
Okay. Wait. Time out though. But for the public launch, they don't get to come into the group, do
No,
they?
no,
Okay, got it. Are you doing webinars for them?
no, I don't do webinars.
Okay, what do you do?
I'm just throwing ads at them. I'm throwing ads. I'm doing interviews. All those interviews I did during coaching week, I'm streaming on my public page too.
Okay.
I'm warming them up for Open Cart on Friday. I'm sending emails. So when we open cart, I'm not doing webinars because the thousands of people are in this group. I'm open for anybody that didn't come that wants to be there, but highest conversion is coming from this group. And so I'm just all in. We spend 95% of our budget getting people into coaching week because we know I convert. Every single time I've done that, I've converted between 32 and 43%. Last
Wow.
summer, I converted at 43%.
That
And
is crazy. And your membership was how much?
67.
And do you offer an annual?
Yes.
Okay, so you sell annual and monthly during coaching week.
Coaching week. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's pretend. So if you have a membership, I hope your ears are perking up. I hope you're thinking, wait a second, this is kind of a cool strategy. I've seen it work for many of my peers for the record. But let's say like my membership, we do the live training. So that would make sense for me. And then we do how it works and we have a student share something that they've done. So that would totally work. But we give a template on the third week in my membership. What about people that aren't doing live trainings more than once a month? How would you do like a template?
So I think you would it would be a bonus that you would give throughout the week. And maybe you show up and show them how to use that template in their
Okay.
business. So train them how to use that. If they're not in your group, they may not know like how to actually use your resources, but it's a perfect way to show them how to use the template and what it's going to do for your business. If you don't show up weekly in your membership, don't feel bad, but you've got to figure out a way to teach something. And I teach this thing over and over and over and over again. I also teach it for free on a free evergreen webinar, but they pay me $15 to come to this week. So don't overthink this. Even if you're giving this away for free, don't overthink this because what the week is providing is so much more than that one webinar, that one training thing that you do. And then what can you teach to follow up on that one thing? So the one thing for me is called the Post-it note challenge. And I learned this from you going through DCA a little bit. You know how you put all your thoughts on those Post-it notes. So that's how we build out our subscription boxes. We put all the products when we can think about. We do a brainstorm session on Sunday night. This is the first night of coaching week. I help them lay out 3 to 6 months worth of boxes because this is the win. If they have no idea what they're going to put in their subscription box, they don't move forward. They have to see this for themselves to take the next step. If I can help them lay out what 6 months of their subscription box is going to look like, then I can teach them sourcing. Then I can teach them logistics. Then I can teach them about packaging. But if they can't even envision this for themselves, they can't move forward. So that is my quick win for them is they lay it out and we have a big poster board. We do it together in an activity and then their light bulbs click on like, oh, this is what this looks like. Then I tell them if this makes sense to you, you're going to need Launcher Box. I'm going to teach you about packaging. I'm going to teach you about sourcing products. I'm going to teach you about fulfillment and shipping. I'm going to teach you how to launch this thing and grow your audience. And so that is the quick win that gets them to want more from me. And because I've spent this week with them, they know, like, and trust me now. They've seen a week of my knowledge. They've seen a week of the way I coach. They've seen how I talk to students and get them through being stuck on something. And so that's the power of this. It's not an hour webinar and then, okay, here's my pitch. Here, I do that too. And that's successful in its own right. But this is such a quick win for them and for me that it just throws them right into the membership.
It's really powerful. And you're right. It really builds trust. Just like the boot camp that I do, it builds so much trust because I'm with them for an entire week and teaching and engaging and all of that. You made me think when you were talking about that quick win, that part is really important. So, for those of you listening, you don't likely have a subscription box membership. So, whatever you're doing in your membership, or you can start to equate this for a coaching program you do or a course. We talked about courses could potentially work. It makes the most sense for a membership, but you can kind of reimagine it for other things. but that quick win is so important. So for me, I was thinking, if I teach people how to create digital courses, the first thing is coming up with their topic. You're right. If they don't have a topic, they're not moving forward.
They can't build a course out of something they don't even know what they're going to talk about, right?
Exactly. So like you have to identify, where is it that if they don't do this, they are stuck and they don't move forward with you. That's your quick win in some way or another. And that doing that on Sunday, right when you open up coaching week, I could see how that could be so valuable and then carry that through the whole time. Now, you said you charge $15 for it. Why do you charge for it? Why not free? What have you kind of learned about buyer psychology at that price point?
So I used to charge $10 for it and I increased it last year. But for me, it's even $15. It doesn't feel like much in our economy these days. It's enough to get people to show up. I have a 60 to 70% show up rate on night one. When I do something free, all you have is a bunch of looky-loos. Everybody and their dog is signing up for something free, and you might have a 10, 20% show up rate, 30% if you're lucky. And so at the end of the day, I'd rather pay more to get somebody to come and pay. I typically have an upsell on the thank you page that aligns with what we're doing. So I'm really getting my money back mostly from the registration fees and the upsell from what it costs to get me, because it does cost more money to get people to pay money. It doesn't cost much to get a freebie, but the show up rate, the attention span, the want to be there is so much better than a bunch of free people that don't show up and don't respond. And they're never going to hear your pitch. They're never going to show up. They're never going to get to know you. They're never going to get the aha moment. And at the end of the day, you're pitching to a very small group of those free people. When if you require them to pay, your group is smaller. I get a couple thousand. It is great to have, 1,100 people join my membership is amazing. So I don't need 10,000 people. I don't need 20,000 people for free to show up. I'll take these 2,000 paying people, and that gives me 1,000 people every time. That's my thoughts on it. It's really their attention span. Even if they pay a small amount of money, they are likely to show up because they don't want to waste it. And so we talked about courses, and I have a friend working on this for her high level course, but I think you've got to charge more, right? It has to some a little bit of relevancy, like even your DCA course. Like if I was going to come to your coaching week, I'd pay $100, I'd pay $200. And because then that upsell is what, I don't know what DCA is anymore. I took it so long ago, but
2000.
2000. So if I paid 197 to go through your coaching week and get the foundation and figure out if this is for me or not, I'm showing up every day, Amy. And then I don't hem and haw over a $2,000 decision because I've spent the week with you and it's clear to me that I want this or this is not for me, right? And I can make that decision a lot easier because I've spent the week with you. And so I think it could work in that capacity. I think you got to charge more so that it's relevant to your end price. But I think that's what we have to do is like we have to keep showing up and giving people a reason to say, I want to take the next step with you because of what I've learned here.
I want to take you back to something you mentioned because I thought that part was really interesting as well. So people pay to come into coaching week, but you also have an upsell. So they pay you $15 and then they land on a page, I'm assuming, with an upsell. What is that upsell? I just want my audience to hear the alignment between your coaching week and the thing you sell them in addition.
So what I have currently for coaching week is design your packaging the easy way. So this is the fun part. This is kind of like the sexy part of
So good.
building a business. They want to do the packaging, and I find that they do the packaging before they even know what's in the dang box. That's where they want to start, right? And so let me give that to you in a way that feels good. So the upsell's $20. It's not expensive. It's a little bump from the original price, so I'm pulling them up a little bit, but it's basically a little mini training lesson that I did. It shows them how to make a mock-up of their box and use digital papers to design their box so they don't have to be a graphic designer. And then they can use this mock-up on their socials to build a wait list, to build a website for a sign up page for a product listing before they even have to buy packaging. And so it's a fun win for them. And I talk about it a little bit during the week because I'll get a million questions about packaging in the week. And so I'll reference this, but think about what would align with someone new to you. Like if someone was thinking about building a course for the first time, like what would be sexy to them? What is the fun part about building a course? And package that up as an upsell because now they're more invested. Okay, they're going to take subscription box week. Now they're buying the thing to make the packaging. They're in this. I'm going to teach them how to do the rest.
Okay, I'm so glad you talked about make it a sexy offer. I talk to my students about this a lot. Sometimes my students create bonuses or upsells that are really needed, but at the time, they're not in your world yet. They do not know they need that. So it's not sexy to them. So I love bonuses or upsells that are valuable, but also maybe they don't need to be designing their box right now, but it's going to come and they want to do it. So why not give them something that will be like, ooh, this is good. This is what I wanted. I love that you taught that because this is exactly what I teach as well. So again, the upsell is $20 in addition to the 15, and it's something sexy that they need to do eventually, maybe not right now, but she's meeting them where they're at and where their head is right now to build that trust, get them engaged even more. Brilliant. I love that. Okay, so how do you strike a balance between teaching and selling during coaching week without it feeling too salesy for people who are there to learn from you? Like, has there ever been a time where people are like, this feels like a big sales session every day? And also, so I want to make it clear because a lot of people follow me in my boot camp. So a boot camp would be I'm teaching for 3 days and I do a webinar on fourth day and I sell my course inside the boot camp. My course is $2,000. So I'm not going to sell it on day one. I need to build trust and engagement and give information. Now that could be a limiting belief, actually. I think I do have a friend that sells sooner in her boot camp. Regardless, you're selling what on Sunday, the day they start?
I actually put when they come into the Facebook group the Wednesday before the Sunday. So we hold them off like we are going to do registration for 3 weeks prior. So our ads start 3 weeks prior. We don't let them come into the Facebook group 3 weeks ahead of time. That would be a hot mess and that would be a lot of labor that we don't want to deal with. So we tell them you'll be let in the group on Wednesday. So when they come into the Facebook group, I'm not starting till Sunday. We set up the guides in the Facebook group. One is Who is Sarah? We link to some of my Forbes articles, my podcast, things like that, so they can get to know me. The next one is What is Launch Your Box? Some of them have never heard Launch Your Box. They don't even know. They just signed up for the subscription box week and they don't know it's associated. And so in there, I tell them what Launch Your Box is and I put all the bonuses for the week and I say, if you want to join, you can join now. We always get signups before I ever go live. And so that's what I want people to think about. Like we're waiting to pitch to them a lot of times after we've given them all this knowledge. But again, day one has the highest show up rate. I'm going to be able to pitch to the most people. And sometimes people need a pitch and a pitch and a pitch and a pitch before they buy. And so it's not like a hard pitch either. Like I am like, let me help you. And then, oh, if you want to buy my thing, cool. So I don't do like a hard sales. I will teach night one. So I will teach them, we'll go through the post-it note challenge and they'll lay it out and they'll feel excited and they're like, great. And I'm like, if you want more, if you want me to teach you how to build an audience to sell to, if you want me to teach you how to do logistics, if you want to know more about packaging after you've laid this out, you need to join Launch Your Box. And bonus one expires tomorrow night. So if you join tonight, you get bonus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I just go over them. I'm selling the bonuses. I'm not selling the membership. I'm just selling the fun bonuses. And so I just do that casually. I find a way to talk about it. Then the other awesome thing, my members are amazing. So when I'm interviewing them, we always say, you should join us inside Launch Your Box. You should come hang out with us inside Launch Your Box. That's another call to action to get them to join when I'm interviewing someone. And so I'm always talking about the bonus that ends that night. Like, hey, after hours is tonight, or our early bird bonus how to launch a holiday box ends on Friday, ends tonight. Like every day I have something to talk about. So it's different and it's not the same sales pitch. Like you should join Launch Your Box. Like you should join Launch Your Box and you're going to get this really cool bonus tonight if you join by midnight. So that's what's really helped me because I hate being salesy. I try to flip it to this is going to help you by joining. And so it's like a serving mentality. And I don't hesitate with that. And I do it every single day. And we'll have 50 members. I think our first night last year, we had 125 new members on night one. And so every day we're getting brand new members. And then every day in that Facebook group, I'm celebrating the new members. Oh my gosh. And it creating the FOMO. I'm taking a screenshot of the after hours Zoom call with everyone's faces. And I'm like, we had so much fun last night. If you haven't gotten in, you can still join after hours tonight because I do it 3 nights in a row. So I'm always just kind of spinning it as fun and exciting. And I bring a lot of excitement to the week. And so it's not just a sales. I don't have like a canned sales pitch that I do every
Right.
day.
It feels very natural. And one thing I like about this whole process, and I think my audience will really appreciate this, there's a lot of transparency. So they know from day one when they get in on Wednesday, you're not starting till a Sunday. They know that this is affiliated with the membership that they need to pay for to be in. They know that you're giving away certain bonuses that are expiring every day. They could get in now. So that is so interesting that it's, a lot of the times when we're selling courses and we do webinars, we don't really talk about our course till we get to the webinar. But in this situation, it's different. And I think it will feel good and refreshing to a lot of people that are listening. But I'm curious, what's still an objection people have at the end of coaching week? Like, and how do you handle it? So if you think about your situation, you've done all this great value, you've engaged, you've had these bonuses. And at the very end, when they're not buying, what are you seeing?
It's not the right time. I think I should wait. I don't know if I can afford to start a subscription box. I don't know if I'm smart enough to figure out the tech. Oh, I got you there. We're going to teach you that in the membership.
So basically everything that I have for the
Yeah,
record, these are all my
basically.
objections as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm curious, coaching week ends. And then from there, remind me, does coaching week end the same day cart closes?
Cart opens. So
Oh, yes. Okay, good. I'm so glad I asked that in case anyone else was confused. Okay. Coaching week is happening. And then when cart opens, coaching week is over.
it ends the same day. So I do coaching week Sunday to Friday. Sunday training, Tuesday training, Thursday box openings, Friday Q&A. Done. Okay? And then all the interviews in between. And so Friday morning, I go live open cart on my public pages. Emails are out, ads are rolling. We're live. I'm talking about the early bird bonus. Now, I've already talked about it in coaching week. They know because they know all the bonuses. So that's my first 9 o'clock live publicly. Then I'm doing 11 o'clock Q&A inside the coaching week. This is their last session with me. So I'm doing 11 o'clock Q&A. A lot of it is about joining, which is really great for me. And I'm celebrating. I'll say, if you've joined, let me know in the chat. And, I'm bringing that up, learned that from Stu. So I'm always talking about that. There's a lot of questions about joining the membership. So it gives me an opportunity to answer those, but that is in the group. Then I have an interview that day at 2 o'clock. So I tie the interview with the early bird bonus. So my early bird bonus is how to start a holiday box, a one-time holiday box. I have a member that came and joined, started a holiday box, and then started her subscription box in January of the next year. And I'm bringing her in this year to interview and talk about that. So that'll just help me reiterate the bonus. It'll help us talk about joining and why she should join. She started a second box already now this year. And so I'm just kind of aligning those interviews to let me talk about the membership one more time. How can I
And
talk about
is the group going to close that night?
No,
Okay, the group closes when? When your cart
Monday.
closes?
Cart closes.
Okay, so coaching week, the coaching part is over, but the engagement, the FOMO, I joined, because that's what we do in our boot camp too. We keep all of that open till the very end. Actually, we close our boot camp the day before cart closes to create some urgency and to get people kind of to start taking action. We've done both, and closing it right before has worked really well for us. but we're still very much in alignment with how you do it and how I do it. Okay. So then you close the cart, coaching week is over, and the public promo is over as well. And okay, good. I just wanted to get totally understand the model. But
And
look,
and here's the other thing that I have learned. I give them the digital assets of the membership right when they join, like the access to the library. I don't let them come into that Facebook group until we're done with coaching week
got it. Okay.
because I need all my team in coaching week loving on those people, and we don't have time to do both. So I tell them, I'm going to give you access to everything, the bonuses, the membership, but I'm going to wait till Friday after coaching week is done to let all of you come jumping in to launch your box because we're all over here. And I tell my
Gotcha.
membership, come over and hang out with us for the week because we're not going to be in launch your box this week. We're going to all be over in subscription box week. You'll come join us. I link the Facebook pages together. So all they have to do is request and it automatically lets them in. And then I tell them, we're going ghost over here. Come hang out with us in coaching week.
Okay. That makes sense. I like that. Okay, so where do you think coaching week can evolve? Where do you see it in the future? Because this is a really cool concept. You've been doing it for a while. Do you think that you're going to keep growing it, keep doing it? What are you seeing?
I think you just have to keep putting your spin on it. For me, I was wondering if I could just do the same thing over and over and over again and would it still work? And yes, it still works. My last launch, I got 809 new members from coaching
So,
week.
yeah, that still works.
It's still working. So I don't feel the need to change it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I have evolved like the name. So now it's called Subscription Box Week because I taught a lot of people how to do coaching week. So there's a lot of coaching weeks around. So now it's called Subscription Box Week just to give it some clarity. I've added a new bonus training in this year to give it a little different feel, get my members to come over. If they've done it 2 or 3 times, let's do it again. And I kind of look at it like a season. Like, let's go through coaching week because we're going to plan out subscription boxes. So, hey, subscription box owners, come hang out with me for the week. Let's get next year planned out while we're here over in the week together and get a little ahead of our workload a little bit. And so I think that you just have to keep it fresh. Keep repeating what's working. And if there's things that don't work, then don't do them again. Try something different for your audience. I have a friend that's in Stu's mastermind that just did watercolor week. She added 1,500 new members in the week.
Oh my gosh, 1,500 new members. That's crazy. Wait, you said something that made me think. During coaching week, are you emailing the participants to remind them this is what we're doing today? So they're getting lots of emails through that week?
They're getting emails every day. They're getting texts every day. They're getting everything. And then they're getting I do these engagement posts every day and I actually pre-schedule them because I'm really busy during coaching week. So every morning I have an engagement and it's a photo of me too, because there's a lot going on in that group when you got thousands of people crazy. It's real good energy. So I do a post of me and all my posts are pinned to the top so they can't get lost in the feed. I do a post and I ask them a question. Hey, have you thought of a name for your subscription box? Let's get people talking. Let's get people thinking. Let's get people progressing in a fun way. What's fun? People love to talk about themselves, but what is fun that goes along with what you teach, right? How do we get them to keep engaged? Or what was the best thing you learned yesterday? What was your biggest takeaway from yesterday? Let's get them talking. Then people that didn't watch yesterday want to go back and watch yesterday. I need them to watch because I need them to hear me selling the membership.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's good. What are some other topics can you think so? I love the watercolor one. I want people to walk away realizing this isn't just about subscription boxes. Coaching week can work for so many different topics. Can you think of just a few others that you've seen?
I mean, I have seen so much to meal prepping, to health and wellness week, to we have a doggy camp. If you teach a doggy course
Oh,
or a
I
doggy
love that
membership.
one. Yes.
There's been my friend that does a watercolor. Also have another friend, Allie, that does paint week, and she does acrylic painting. She did her first one and added 3,000 people to her membership. She didn't even have 3,000 people in her membership for years. She had been doing this, and 1 week added 3,000 people.
That is wild. And I love because most of the time it's going to be a smaller price point that you're selling every day. So these conversions can be really high. And also, for those of you who are listening that are in the crafts, the hobbyist kind of world, the creative world, this really can work for you because this is so great because a lot of my students will say, Amy, I want to do a webinar, but I am painting. I do watercolor and I want to show how I'm doing it. Imagine if you flip that webinar kind of on its head and I think Jeff Walker kind of does with his PLF. So product launch formula. But essentially, I heard him talk about it one time where he took a webinar and he so if you can see me right now, you've got the webinar and you turn it on its side and you break it up. These can be things like that you're teaching in coaching week. And for my creatives, now you can show what you're doing so much easier than just a standalone webinar. So I just think there's a lot of possibility. I really appreciate you coming on here. I love when someone comes on here and they don't gatekeep. Like you just told us all the things we need to know. We're going to email, we're going to text during it. We're going to put the bulk of our ads toward it. We can open our cart once it closes. Like so many great insights. Anything else you want to share before I tell people where to find you?
I think you just have to block out your schedule. Like if you could just go all in with one thing for 7 or 8 days, the results that you're going to have are ridiculous. And I think that's where entrepreneurs get in this trap of like, well, I still have to do the day to day and I still have to do this. Shut it down and really go all in with this. And you're going to see results that you've not seen before because people, especially in these times right now in our AI world, they want the human connection. And if you can provide that in a way that they're going to get something from it, have that aha moment, they're going to want to join you. They're going to want to hang out with you more. Just like I told Stu, they're just going to want to hang out with me. And that's really as simple as it is. How do you get them to hang out with you and love what you do and need what you do? And once you figure that out, you just keep tweaking it a little bit until you've got, and I'm just rinsing and repeating. I'm bringing those assets in. We're building them one time. We're using them again. We're tweaking them for the next one. But it's something that's very repeatable and scalable in your business. And that's what we need.
Yes, that is absolutely what we need. And that human touch during coaching week makes all the difference. And if you can go all in, I love that you said that, go all in, you can enjoy the experience without being pulled in a million directions. And your audience will feel your presence and your energy in the group as well. Sarah, thank you so very much. Where can people find out more about you?
Well, I've got a podcast too. It's called the Launch Your Box Podcast. And you can find all of my information over at launchyourbox.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.